to the bill. We have not had a hearing on version 4 of this congressional map. You know, we just got done with a debate just a few minutes ago, just a few minutes ago, that shows what we can do as a body when we work together to attract business to the state of Illinois and hopefully provide thousands of jobs in the Chicago area, the Rockford area, in the Bloomington-Normal area. We showed what we can do as a body. And we immediately move on to this, which shows how bad this body can be. It's an incredible dichotomy that is on display here, literally as the clock strikes midnight. Maybe we'll get a new Bears stadium tonight instead of a new White Sox stadium. You know, these congressional maps are tremendously important. As someone who has worked for Congress, I have worked for Congress for almost 20 years. I know personally what it means to draw these lines, what it means to the 750, 800,000 people, whatever it is, 758,000 people that are going into these districts, and where you draw these lines. It matters. It matters on how they're represented. It matters how casework gets done. It matters how their views are represented on Capitol Hill. And you know, I look at our current congressional delegation, and the Democratic members, in unison, the Democratic members of our Illinois Congressional Delegation all support, are on record with their votes in Washington, supporting a nonpartisan commission to draw congressional maps across the country. All of them are on record supporting that. Sean Casten, he's on record supporting nonpartisan commission. Bill Foster, he's on record supporting a nonpartisan commission. Marie Newman, whatever you guys have done to Marie Newman, I'm not sure. But she made somebody pretty mad. She supports a nonpartisan commission. Lauren Underwood, she supports a nonpartisan commission. But you know what? There's this little term called Potomac fever. You do one thing in Washington, and when you come back here to Illinois, you do another thing. This is almost kind of the reverse of it. They're out there in Washington talking about doing the right thing. They come back here to Illinois, and they call the speaker, and they deal with you all, and they try to cut the deals to figure out what district is going to protect them and their own partisan political interests. And it's not that hard to figure out because, boy, it's been on public display over the last several weeks. In print, on the radio, on TV stations. It's not too hard to find all the stories where the Democrats of the Congressional Delegation of Illinois have done all they can to draw their own districts. You know, when I look at this map, and as I said in committee a few weeks ago, or a week or so ago, it's an amazing feat of cartography when you look at these things. And when you go in the district that I live in, the district that this very building lives in, which is a district that there's no bones about it because it's pretty easy to figure out. You have a high-ranking member, former member of the governor's administration, who's decided to move back to Springfield. I don't know if she's actually ever lived in Springfield. Moved to Springfield and run for Congress and announce against a guy who got drawn out of that district. I mean, it's a pretty amazing thing to think. And now my friends and neighbors here in Sangamon County are going to get divided between a couple congressional districts. And you're going to have split communities. And you're going to have people who want to find moderation in our politics. And boy, that's a hard thing to find these days, to find moderation in our politics. But what you're doing is drawing a map that polarizes our politics in Illinois. It polarizes our politics in Illinois at a time when we don't need polarization in this country. And you're taking people from wide swaths of the state and throwing them in from Missouri to Indiana, from the Wisconsin border to the central part of the state. And why are you doing it? For your own partisan political reasons. That's why we're here. It's the only reason. It's the wrong way to do it, folks. There's a better way. I said that during the debate on the legislative maps. And we've talked plenty about these issues over the last several months. There's a better way to do it. You all know it. We could have done it a different way. We actually could have done the congressional maps a lot easier a different way because we don't have the constitutional constraints we have on the legislative maps. We could have done easily a nonpartisan commission to do the congressional maps. But no, that's not the way we decided to do it. We decided to go back to the secret map room and get folks on the phone and
Please bring your remark to a close.
and get folks on the phone and figure out how we're going to draw the maps. There's a better way to do this, folks.